Welcome back to lesson number 2. This lesson is called The Foundation. And what we mean with this, to build something, we have to create a very strong foundation. Imagine you're going to build a big house or skyscraper, etc. First, you remove all the dirt and all the rubbish which is laying there. And then you build the foundation. The taller the building, the stronger and deeper the foundation. It is kind of the roots going down into the ground. The same in sales. We need a very strong sales foundation. And we could say there are 2 types of sales technology or sales techniques. There is what we call universal or generic sales technology, which all salespeople have to learn. And then we have specific sales techniques for specific industries or specific companies. From my experience, it's always best first to learn what we call the sales foundation. And that's what this golden key of sales is all about. Because this foundation can be used if you are selling real estate, you're selling cars, or you have a medical clinic selling your services, if you are a lawyer selling your legal services, or you have a retail shop selling any product which is in there. So the foundation can be used to all of these different industries. But of course, each industry has some peculiarities which you have to build on top of this foundation. Now, this foundation here is not just about sales, but also a general, we can call it life or business foundation. And what I mean here with this, so if you look here on this picture, so you see this business person here, he's walking on a very strong foundation and he's going towards his goals and dreams. But imagine, what if there was no strong foundation? How is he going to get towards his goals and dreams? If there was barriers, challenges, etc., of course, it will be much more difficult. So that means to reach big things, we want to build what we call this strong foundation. And this is, of course, what has been working for us. Of course, I don't know your foundational principles, what works for you, what do you like, etc. I can only show you what has been working for me and for my team. So take at it or look at it from this point of view and then form your own opinions. Now, the first principle I want to share, this is success. Success can be either material or it can be non-material. So as you can see in this yin and yang diagram or picture framework here, now, so we want to have a balance between material and non-material factors. So material success, of course, this is what kind of home do you have? Are you proud of it? Is it really your dream home? What kind of car do you have? Is it your dream car? Do you have financial freedom? Do you have enough money to take care of yourself, your family, etc.? All this is called material success. And of course, in business, in sales, we need to have material success. But we also have non-material success. How passionate are you in your life? Are you under a lot of stress? Or do you enjoy your life? Are you excited about life? How do you wake up in the morning? Are you optimistic or are you pessimistic? This has to do with the non-material factors. So we also have non-material goals. How many friends do you have? How is your family? How do you get along with your family, etc.? So true success is when we have a balance between the material and the non-material factors. I even go so far to say we have 4 levels of success in life. The lowest level, this is to be poor and unhappy, which of course is not a very good level. Maybe you even met somebody at some point. The second level, this is to be rich and unhappy. At least you have a depression in comfort, but you still have a depression or you're unhappy. The third level, this is to be poor but happy. You don't have a lot of money. You don't have an expensive car, but you enjoy life. You wake up, you're excited about life, and you have other values than material things. And of course, the fourth level, this is to be rich and happy. And if we want to get towards the fourth level, because of course, the more material success you have, the more you can help others, you can help your family or your friends, etc. Or maybe there are some social activities you like to support. So the subject of sales, of course, it is what makes it possible to be also material and non-material success. Now, to do that, to reach this success, it takes two key factors. And you cannot do it without the other. And what we mean with here, so we need to have the right mindset. And second, we need to have the right skills. Now, we will talk more about later in this training program about mindset and skills. But for now, mindset, this is what is happening inside our head. Do you like selling or do you not like it? Do you like to speak to this client or do you not like to speak to this client? What is your opinion? What do you believe in? That's your mindset. And we need to have a form, what we call the right sales mindset. I have been training over 250,000 salespeople around the world. And I very often see salespeople who don't like selling. They say, well, selling is not really my personality and I don't like it. It's not in my DNA or in my genes, etc., which is the wrong sales mindset. And we hope that this training will help you to formulate your sales mindset, which is the right for you. And second, we of course also need to have the right skills. Because if you don't have what we call sales skills, how are you going to overcome the barriers, the difficulties, etc.? Now, this is the same for any industry. This is for athletes, artists, etc. Can you imagine you have an artist who don't like to play? Of course, it's the wrong mindset, but you also need to have the skills of playing. Or you take a football player. What if he doesn't like to play football? He will never be really good at it. But also he needs to have the skills to play football, etc. So this is the kind of the basic two principles which has to do with success. And we will look at it in much, much more details during this training program here. Now, the next factor. When we go through life, sometimes there will be storms. We cannot expect life is a journey of sunshine and the ocean is calm and everything is beautiful, etc. I knew when I was sailing on ships, when the ship is leaving the harbor, maybe the sun is shining. We think, oh, everything's going to be fine. But then when you're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, there's going to be storms. So every ship is built to survive the storms. The bigger the journey or the longer the journey, of course, the stronger the ship has to be. Now, we as a human being, we are also built how to survive difficult times. We cannot expect life is just a walk in the park and there are never going to be problems, difficulties, etc. The same in sales. I've seen it so many times, both for myself. Sometimes I'm doing extremely well, selling a lot, and I'm thinking, wow, I'm great, have good opportunities, etc. Then suddenly there's a period with very little sales. And then I start to doubt and, this is difficult. Unless you have a system of training to build back your confidence and your skills in selling, etc. The next principle is magic. We cannot expect in sales or in business to operate on magic. You just kind of wave the wand and then money is coming down, client is coming in. No, usually to be very successful takes two key factors. You have to work very hard. And second, you also have to work very smart. We need to be smart about what we are doing. But usually, if we are lazy, we will not achieve very big success. So this is part of it. We cannot operate on hope. Go to a client hoping he will buy it, that he doesn't come up with any, we call it objections, where he says, well, I need to think about it, I'm not sure, or you're too expensive, I want to check your competitors, etc. No, selling, it is a strategy. Now, for those of you who know the game of chess, it's a really game of strategy. So you have to think several moves ahead. So you kind of go, if I move this, most likely he will move this one, or this one, or this one. If he move this one, then my counter will be that. If he moves this one, I will do something else. Selling is the same. Precisely the same. When you're in front of a client, whatever you say or do, or don't say or don't do, will create certain reactions in your potential client. And we need to look at it as a game of strategy. And this is the same for any activity in life, even in a marriage. You cannot expect, hoping I find this partner in life and we will be happy forever after. No, there's going to be different things happen. You're going to be in a storm sometimes, but you have to look at it as a game of chess, a strategic planning. The next principle is, what is your mindset? Is it a sprint mindset or is it a marathon mindset? If you look at it in this way, we could even say that life, this is a journey of many sprints that goes together to make a marathon. Business should also be like a marathon. Why do you start a business? How many people start a business and say, oh, I want to start a business to last for 1 year. And after 1 year, I will close the business and take the money. Now, most people, they go for the long journey. Life is a marathon. So if you look at it in this way, we want to have this marathon mindset. Our health and fitness, should it be for short term or should it be for the long term? Why not have fitness or health for life? The same about money. We want money for life. It's a different way of thinking. From our experience, the most successful people we have met, they have this, what we call the marathon mindset. So think about it, even in your marriage or in your relationship with people, it's a marathon that we need to create on and we want to develop. The next principle is, even if we have any negative situations, which you can see on the left, this boy, he's not very happy. He has problems, difficulties in his life. But if you have the right mindset that we can change, that means whatever negative which is happening in our life, look at it as the storm. It's a temporary thing that I can change it. So if you have this confidence, life or business or selling, it's something we can change from the negative to the positive. And we hope that this sales training course you're doing now really will help you with your mindset and also your skills so that you're able to change things to become more positive. The next principle, if you take a diamond, it's one of the strongest substances on earth. It's extremely strong. Now, but when you find a diamond in earth, he's not shining, sparkling, looking like this diamond here. He is very dull, there's not much on it, it's very dirty, etc. But then what a diamond polisher, he cuts it and polishing it so it starts shining and sparkling. Now imagine you personally are strong like a diamond and you have been polished so you are shining and sparkling in life. Now imagine you have a salesperson who coming to a potential customer and he's strong, he's energetic, he's, passionate about what is he doing. Now he will have more success. To survive, maybe the law of the jungle, only the strongest will survive. I will go to say that it's not just the strongest, but the strongest and the smartest will survive, because we need to be very smart what we're doing. So we want to be strong and shining and sparkling like a diamond. The next principle is, sometimes in life we are very successful. We're hitting the target, we are reaching what we want to reach, you're getting the contract, etc. Other times you're unsuccessful. You don't get the deal, or you're not successful, you don't reach what you would like to do. Now, what do sports people do all the time? They are always analyzing. Salespeople should do the same. Every time you make a deal or a good contract, sit down either by yourself or with a colleague or with your director, or you have a coach maybe, analyze, how did I get this deal? If you didn't get the contract, why not? There's only two main reasons why we don't get the contract. Either it's not the right person. He's not what we call a qualified potential customer. A qualified potential customer is someone who, first of all, he needs what we have. He can use it with benefit for him. And second, he's financially able to buy it. So if he has these two qualifications, he needs it and he's financially able to buy it, then he's what we call a qualified prospect or potential customer. It doesn't mean he wants to buy. That's up to the salesperson to convince him, persuade him, show him why this is the right thing, etc. But if you have a qualified client and you don't make the deal, then it's because you did some mistakes somewhere. And we need to find out what mistakes did we do, what was unsuccessful. And here I really recommend you write it down, discuss it with your colleagues, etc. So it's a constant journey of analyzing. Sports people do it all the time. Can you imagine football players going into the championship or competition? They're always analyzing after each game. They're watching the videos, what was successful, what was unsuccessful, etc. The next principle or foundation, this is what we call a true professional. Now, what is a true professional? We say that a true professional can be a salesperson, or it can be a director, or it could be an entrepreneur. It's someone who has three key qualities. He's, first of all, very friendly. He gets along with people. Second, he's very competent. He knows exactly what to do. And third, he has a high level of results. Now, we have often done different corporate trainings, and we often ask the owner, the director, what is the biggest problem you have here in your business? Very often, he says, my biggest expert or the best technical person, he is my biggest problem. And we say, why is that? He is the most competent, he has the best result, but he's also the most unfriendly person. He doesn't get along with his colleagues. He's looking down on others. He's maybe a little bit of a prima donna, or he knows best, etc. Now, imagine for a moment, you work in a company or you're in a team where everybody are true professionals. Now you're building like an oasis in the middle of the jungle out there. Because out there, people are not necessarily friendly to each other. They're not necessarily really competent in their activities in life. And they don't have very good results. So we want to build this, we can call it oasis of true professionals. Now, this would be the same in the family. Let's say you're a husband, wife, you have children and parents, etc. What if you're also true professionals? As a husband, or like as a father, you're friendly, you're very competent, and you have good result. You're really a true professional parent. Now, not all parents are friendly all the time, etc. So we need to work on it. So this is what we call a foundation principle. Now, the next one, that is take control of your life. Now, we can look at it in different ways. Life has only two types of problems. They are either internal or they are external. Internal problems, this is what is wrong with our mindset, or we don't have the right skills, etc. And if you look at it in this way, we are all self-made. However we are today, the success we have today, our qualities of life we have today, we made it. We developed to become who we are today. If you go to very successful people, they will often say, I am a self-made person. I created all of this. If you go to unsuccessful people, usually they will blame others. They will point fingers and say, well, the government is at fault. Competitors is the problem. My husband or my wife is the problem. But they always point fingers outside. They usually never look in the mirror and say, I am responsible for my life. So what we recommend here, really take control of your life and make a decision. I'm in control. Do I go up or do I stay the same or do I go down? I am the one who's in control of it, nobody else. And if you look at it in this way, you will also be much, much more successful in sales. Because if you don't get the contract, it is your job, your responsibility. Either you're talking to the wrong person. Why did you speak to him in the first place? Or why did you spend that much time with this person in the first place? You want to spend maximum time with the right potential customers. You don't spend time with those who cannot buy from you anyway. So you are self-made. Me too. I know it's very hard to accept. I love to blame others, but somehow it doesn't work. All right, so now comes the assignment to this lesson here, number 2. What are your foundation principles? I have now shown you what we believe in, how we see it. I don't know you, what you believe in. So you can look at the ones that we have explained to you here, or you have some other life principles that you believe in that makes you who you are in your life. Because our character is what forms who we are as a human being, how we're living in our personal life, and of course, how we deal in business. And as you will see when we go through this training here, we're also going to talk a lot about your personal life. Because for these principles to work, we have to make them part of our, let's say, in the muscle memory as part of our DNA, however you like to say it. So, my dear friends, so I hope you got some ideas here and maybe you can look yourself a little bit in the mirror. Are there some weak spots where you need to improve on? So either form your foundation principles, create some new ones, or make whatever you have stronger. All right, so over to you. Good success. Write it down and then, of course, discuss it with your colleagues. Good success, and I see you at the next lesson.